There are moments in life when something inside you begins to whisper, there is more. You may not be able to explain it. You may not have proof. You may not even know exactly what you are waiting for. But deep within you, there is a feeling that your story is not finished, that something meant for you is still somewhere ahead of you, something you cannot see yet, something that has your name attached to it. And perhaps that is why this message found you, not because you randomly clicked on it, not because you were simply passing time, but because there are seasons in life when the right message arrives at the right moment and reminds you of something your heart has been trying to tell you for years. What belongs to you may still be on its way to you. When we hear the word inheritance, most people immediately think about money, property, a house, land, a bank account, something left behind by someone who came before them. But there are inheritances that cannot be measured in money. There is an inheritance of wisdom, an inheritance of courage, an inheritance of purpose, an inheritance of opportunity, an inheritance of influence. And sometimes, an inheritance is not something you receive from a person who died. Sometimes it is something you receive because you finally became the person capable of carrying it. Think about that for a moment. Maybe the delay was not punishment. Maybe the closed doors were not rejection. Maybe the years when nothing seemed to make sense were not wasted. Maybe you were being prepared, because there are blessings that would destroy you if they arrived before you developed the character to handle them. There are opportunities that require a different version of you. There are doors that only open when you stop knocking on the wrong ones. And there are things that cannot enter your life until you have grown into the person who can protect them. You may have spent years wondering why other people seemed to receive their opportunities before you. You watched people succeed while you struggled. You watched people find relationships, careers, businesses, platforms, and opportunities while you were still trying to figure yourself out. And sometimes you wondered quietly, when is it going to be my turn? But what if your life was never designed around comparison? What if your path was taking longer because your destination required deeper preparation? You cannot judge the timing of your life by looking at somebody else's clock. Some people receive quickly and lose quickly. Some people rise quickly and collapse quickly. Some people inherit money but never inherit wisdom. Some inherit opportunities but never develop discipline. Some receive attention before they develop character. And then there are people who spend years becoming strong in silence before anyone recognizes what they have become. You may be one of those people. You may have been living through a season that felt invisible, a season where nobody applauded you, nobody understood your sacrifices, nobody saw the nights you stayed awake thinking about your future, nobody saw the battles you fought inside your own mind, nobody saw how many times you almost gave up and somehow found another reason to keep going. But those invisible years were not empty. They were building something. Every disappointment taught you something. Every betrayal revealed something. Every failure strengthened something. Every rejection redirected something. Every lonely season forced you to discover parts of yourself you might never have met if everything had gone according to plan. And this is where the idea of the secret inheritance becomes powerful. Because perhaps what is looking for you is not simply an object. Perhaps your inheritance is the life you become capable of living after everything you have survived. There is a version of your life that cannot be accessed by the old version of you. You cannot enter a new chapter while constantly behaving like the person from the previous chapter. At some point, you have to release the identity that was built around survival. You have to stop introducing yourself through your wounds. You have to stop saying, "This is just how my life is." You have to stop allowing yesterday to become the permanent definition of tomorrow. Because your past may explain you, but it does not have to imprison you, chosen one. Listen carefully. There are things you may have lost that were never your final inheritance. There are people who walked away who were never meant to walk the entire journey with you. There are doors that closed because they were connected to a destination that was too small for who you were becoming. And there are moments when life removes something from your hands because your hands need to become free for something else. You cannot hold the old and receive the new at the same time. Sometimes you keep asking for a new beginning while secretly holding on to an old identity. You want peace, but you keep replaying the betrayal. You want abundance, but you keep thinking from scarcity. You want love, but you keep expecting abandonment. You want confidence, but you keep speaking to yourself like an enemy. You want purpose, but you keep waiting for somebody else to give you permission to begin. At some point, you have to make a decision. You have to say, "I am ready for what is next," not because you know exactly what is next, but because you trust yourself enough to meet it when it arrives. Your secret inheritance may already be moving toward you through ordinary things: a conversation, a person, an idea, a skill, a business opportunity, a book, a sudden realization, a place you decide to visit, a message you almost ignored, a door you nearly refused to open. Life rarely announces its greatest opportunities with fireworks. Sometimes the thing that changes your life arrives looking completely ordinary. That is why you must become more attentive. Not desperate, attentive. There is a difference. Desperation says, I need something to happen right now. Awareness says, I am prepared to recognize what is happening. You do not need to chase every door. You need to become wise enough to recognize the right one. And perhaps this is why your intuition has become stronger. Perhaps you have started noticing patterns. Perhaps certain environments no longer feel right. Perhaps certain conversations exhaust you. Perhaps you are becoming uncomfortable with things you once tolerated. Perhaps you suddenly want more from yourself. That discomfort may not mean something is wrong with you. It may mean something inside you has outgrown your current environment. Growth often feels like confusion before it feels like clarity. A seed underground might look buried, but it is actually being planted. There is a difference. You might look at your current circumstances and think nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, roots may be forming. And roots are not glamorous. Nobody celebrates roots. Nobody photographs them. Nobody stands around cheering because a tree has strong roots. But when the storm comes, everybody understands why the roots mattered. Your private development is preparing you for public responsibility. Your discipline today may become the freedom you experience tomorrow. Your patience today may become the wisdom that protects your future. Your painful lessons may eventually become the knowledge that helps thousands of other people. Your story may become someone else's reason not to give up. That is an inheritance too. Sometimes you inherit something so that you can pass it forward. And perhaps that is part of why you have survived what you have survived. What you have survived, not everything you go through is only about you. Some lessons travel through generations. Someone in your future may benefit from the courage you develop today. Your children may live differently because you decided to heal. Your family may think differently because you decided to become disciplined. Your community may become stronger because you refuse to remain trapped in the same cycle. You may be the person who breaks a pattern that existed long before you were born. And breaking patterns is rarely comfortable. When you decide to become different, people who benefited from the old version of you may not understand you. They may call you arrogant. They may say you have changed. They may question why you no longer participate in certain conversations, why you no longer chase certain people, why you no longer explain every decision. Let them wonder. You do not need everyone's permission to evolve. You do not need everyone to understand your transformation. A butterfly does not stop becoming a butterfly because the caterpillars around it do not understand what happened. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to become quieter. You are allowed to become more disciplined. You are allowed to become more selective. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to build something privately, and you are allowed to believe that your best days are not behind you. But understand something important. The secret inheritance is not an excuse to sit around waiting for a miracle. If something is looking for you, you must become capable of receiving it. Prepare, learn, build, save, study, pray, improve your character, develop your skills, take care of your mind, become reliable, become disciplined, become someone you can trust. Because when the opportunity finally appears, you do not want to meet it as the same person who spent years complaining that opportunity never came. You want to meet it prepared. Imagine someone handing you the keys to a house you have always dreamed of owning. The keys are real, the house is real, the opportunity is real, but you have never learned how to manage the responsibility that comes with it. The blessing can become a burden. This is why preparation matters. You are not simply waiting for your inheritance, you are preparing to become its steward. And perhaps the greatest inheritance you can receive is not wealth itself, it is the ability to create wealth, not attention itself, the ability to create value, not success itself. The character required to sustain success, not a platform. The wisdom required to use it responsibly, not power. The maturity required to control it. That is the kind of inheritance nobody can easily take away from you. Someone can steal your possessions. They cannot easily steal your knowledge. Someone can close a door. They cannot erase your ability to create another. Someone can reject you. They cannot determine your worth. Someone can leave. They cannot take away the lessons you learned from loving them. Someone can underestimate you. They cannot prevent you from becoming more capable. This is why you must stop measuring your future only by what you currently possess. Look at what you are becoming, because your greatest asset may not be sitting in your bank account. It may be sitting inside your mind, your ability to think, your ability to learn, your ability to adapt, your ability to communicate, your ability to endure, your ability to begin again. Those things can become the foundation of an entirely different life. So, if you have been feeling like something is coming, do not become obsessed with predicting exactly what it is. Instead, become ready. Get your life in order. Clean your environment. Finish what you started. Stop wasting energy on people who constantly pull you backward. Develop your gifts. Take your work seriously. Be careful with your words. Be intentional with your relationships. And most importantly, stop abandoning yourself. There were probably moments when you thought your life was over, but you are still here. That means something. You have survived every difficult day you have faced so far. You have made it through nights you thought would never end. You have walked through seasons that once seemed impossible. And if you are still standing, there is still something you can build. Do not let temporary circumstances convince you that your story has reached its final page. You are not finished. Your chapter may be difficult, but it is not the whole book. And perhaps somewhere ahead of you is an opportunity that will make you understand why certain things had to happen differently. One day you may look backward and realize that the rejection protected you. The delay prepared you. The loneliness strengthened you. The failure educated you, the silence developed you, the ending redirected you, and the waiting was not wasted. You may finally understand why you could not take certain people with you, why certain plans collapsed, why certain doors refused to open, because sometimes life has to remove what is familiar before you can recognize what is meant for you. So, chosen one, stop begging the past to give you a future. Stop waiting for someone who already decided to leave. Stop trying to convince people who have already misunderstood you. Stop shrinking yourself so other people can remain comfortable. Your life is calling you forward. There is work to do. There is a person to become. There are skills to develop. There are dreams that deserve another chance. There is a future that does not care how many times yesterday rejected you. And if there truly is a secret inheritance looking for you, let it find you prepared. Let it find you awake. Let it find you disciplined. Let it find you humble. Let it find you courageous. Let it find you with your hands open instead of your fists closed around the past. Let it find you ready to receive without becoming arrogant, ready to succeed without forgetting where you came from, ready to rise without stepping on others, ready to become powerful without becoming cruel, ready to become successful without losing your soul. Because the greatest inheritance is not what you receive, it is who you become when you finally receive it. So tonight, or whenever you are hearing these words, make a promise to yourself. You will not give up simply because you cannot see the result yet. You will not confuse silence with absence. You will not confuse delay with denial. You will not confuse preparation with punishment. You will not allow your current circumstances to dictate the size of your future. You will keep moving. You will keep learning. You will keep building. You will keep believing, and when the opportunity comes, you will recognize it. When the right door opens, you will have the courage to walk through it. When the person arrives who genuinely aligns with your purpose, you will not sabotage it because you are still afraid of what happened before. When the idea comes, you will write it down. When the opportunity appears, you will investigate it. When the next chapter begins, you will not keep turning back to reread the old one. Because maybe the inheritance you have been waiting for is not sitting somewhere waiting for you to discover it. Maybe it is being created through you. Maybe the future you keep imagining is already being constructed by the choices you make today. And maybe the greatest secret is this: you were never waiting for your life to begin. Your life has been preparing you the entire time. The pain taught you, the failures shaped you, the silence matured you, the waiting strengthened you, and now perhaps you are finally becoming ready for what you once prayed for. So stand up, clear your mind, lift your head, take another step. You do not need to know every detail. You only need enough courage to take the next step. Because sometimes destiny does not reveal the entire road, it reveals the next few feet. And your responsibility is to walk with faith, walk with discipline, walk with wisdom, walk with courage, Walk knowing that what is truly meant for you will not require you to destroy yourself just to possess it. Your inheritance is not something you have to steal. It is not something you have to manipulate someone into giving you. It is not something you have to beg for. Build yourself until you are ready for what belongs in your hands. And when that moment arrives, you will understand. You will look at your life and say, "Now I understand why I had to wait. Now I understand why that door closed. Now I understand why I had to walk alone. Now I understand why I had to become stronger." And perhaps the tears you cry in that moment will not be tears of sadness. They will be tears of recognition, because you will finally realize that the person you thought was being forgotten was actually being prepared. The person you thought was being delayed was actually being developed. The person you thought had been overlooked was quietly becoming impossible to overlook. So keep going. Your story is still unfolding. Your future is still unwritten. And whatever your inheritance becomes, whether it is wisdom, purpose, opportunity, influence, financial freedom, meaningful relationships, or a life that finally feels aligned, do not waste your preparation. Become ready, because sometimes the greatest surprise in life is discovering that the blessing you were desperately searching for was searching for a version of you strong enough to receive it, and perhaps that version of you is being born right now. Do not stop. Your chapter is not over, your journey is not finished, and what is meant for your life may be closer than you think. Be ready when it arrives.